At the recent SCO summit, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi reminded the world of Al-Qaeda threat, it wasn't merely a diplomatic statement. It was a stark reminder of the unfinished business from September 11, 2001. His pointed reference to India's leadership in combating Al-Qaeda, an associate terrorist organization, carried profound significance when examined through the lens of the 9/11 Commission report, particularly regarding Pakistan's role as state sponsor of terrorism and strange path Donald Trump seems to have taken. The 9/11 Commission report reveals uncomfortable truths that should concern every nation committed to fighting terrorism. While the United States initially watched India with suspicion during post-9/11 period, the evidence against Pakistan as a rogue state backing Taliban and terrorism has been overwhelming and damning. According to declassified US documents, Pakistan's ISI was supplying the Taliban forces with munitions, fuel and food. The evidence shows Pakistan directly funded, armed and advised the Taliban, including the use of Pakistani troops to train and fight alongside Taliban forces inside Afghanistan. This wasn't covert support. It was a systematic state sponsorship of terrorism. The 9/11 Commission documented how the ISI had midwifed the alliance between Mullah Omar and Bin Laden. Pakistan provided the Taliban regime with hundreds of advisors, thousands of Pakistani Pashtuns for infantry, special services group commandos for combat operations, and the oil needed to run Taliban's war machine. All this occurred despite multiple UN Security Council resolutions calling on countries to cease aid to Taliban for hosting Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden. Pakistan's behavior exemplified that of a rogue state. Even after 9/11, when the United States demanded Pakistan cut ties with Taliban, Pakistan's military and intelligence establishment continued their double game. In fact, the NATO study published in 2012, based on interrogation of 4,000 captured Taliban and Al-Qaeda fighters, concluded that ISI support was critical to the survival and revival of Taliban after 2001. In fact, Pakistan's Defense Minister Khwaja Asif's own admission that Pakistan supported terrorist groups for 3 decades stands as a damning confession of state-sponsored terrorism. Even more significantly, the admission came after the Pahalgam attack, which Modi specifically referenced at the SCO summit, highlighting the continuing threat Pakistan poses to regional security. The 9/11 Commission noted that before 9/11, the United States could not find a mix of incentives and pressure that would persuade Pakistan to reconsider its fundamental relation with the Taliban. In fact, the diplomatic language masked the reality that Pakistan was operating as a terror sponsor while simultaneously receiving American aid and support. Interestingly, even during the immediate post-9/11 period, the United States sought to engage with both Russia and China. Russian leader Vladimir Putin was reportedly the first foreign leader to call President Bush after 9/11, offering a 5-point program of support including intelligence sharing and allowing the US to use Central Asian bases. Similarly, China was also seen as a strategic partner in the war on terror rather than an adversary. This historical pattern of American engagement with major powers while struggling to contain Pakistan's rogue behavior provides crucial context for understanding current geopolitical dynamics, particularly as Donald Trump's administration appears to be repeating similar strategic choices. The current situation under Donald Trump presents disturbing parallels to the past American strategic miscalculations regarding Pakistan. Trump's recent engagement with Pakistan, including hosting Pakistan's army chief while simultaneously imposing tariffs on India, demonstrate a troubling willingness to recalibrate a state sponsor of terrorism for short-term strategic gains. Trump's claim of solving the India-Pakistan conflict, even as his administration's pairing of India with Pakistan ignored the fundamental asymmetry between a democratic, rising economy and a military-dominated state that has repeatedly harbored terrorists. This approach echoes the pre-9/11 American tendency to view Pakistan as a useful strategic partner despite its terror connections. Modi's reminder about Al-Qaeda at the SCO summit wasn't just about past threats. It was about persistent dangers that the international community continues to ignore. The 9/11 Commission reports evidence against Pakistan as a state sponsor of terrorism remains as relevant today as it was 2 decades ago. Pakistan's behavior as a rogue state backing and supporting terrorism hasn't fundamentally changed. It has only become more sophisticated.